Hello again. I'm back. My name again is Eken Zubike speaking regards to the Canadian immigration crafted and recycling of immigrants. I would like you to understand if you have been following my program because I do not want you to be a victim of Canadian immigration crafted and recycling policy. Are you aware that there are almost more than 2 million illegal immigrants in Canada? Are you aware that Canada deports more immigrants every week than they claim to be receiving in Canada? Are you aware that Canada is making millions and billions of dollars through their immigration portal because every individual trying to come to Canada or migrate to Canada, example, application for permanent resident in Canada, whether is humanitarian or pathway or sponsorship or whatever, it costs 1,210 Canadian dollars. In equivalent of that money in Nigeria, which the exchange rate today is 1,282,000 naira equivalent. Considering that all over the world, a lot of people apply to migrate to Canada every day, every week. If 1 million people apply for this application within 1 month or a few weeks, calculate $1,210 times 1 million in a week or in 2 weeks. And this go on and on and on. Now, since January 2024, the new immigration minister announced that if you are coming to Canada as an international student, you need to pay at least 20 to 22,000 Canadian dollars. If you calculate that money in equivalent of Nigerian currency, we are talking about close to 30 million naira. And some of those students coming to Canada, they're applying for arts. Some of them applying for tourism. Some of them applying for some sectors in education that are useless, that you cannot use to do anything. I saw a number of immigrants in Canada, people that have first degree in Nigeria. When they came into Canada, do you know what they do? They do what is called Uber Eats, which means the delivery of food from restaurant to someone's home. This is not one, this is not two. The point is that it's very difficult for somebody to tell you the truth of the actual facts of what is happening on ground in Canada because people are afraid of the government. People are afraid of being deported. People are working under the table, hiding from the immigration every day. And this is what I called crafted immigration policy. And when I say recycling of immigrants, what I mean is announcing every day that they are bringing in more immigrants every year. In the other hand, they are reducing through the policy and using systematic operation and refusing more people application. Forget about the announcement of the Canadian immigration minister on television, on internet. That is not the reality. I've been working through the grassroots under the Ekens Foundation International, helping immigrants of all kinds, be you international student, lost status, application for work permits, have put in my own resources trying to help immigrants that are stranded in Canada, to the extent that the Minister of Justice and Attorney General have sued me to court, obtain an order from the Federal Court of Canada, bind me and stop me from helping anybody, because according to them, they proclaimed that I'm making the Canadian judicial system more expensive and lingering the litigation to last longer than necessary. They are not happy for what I'm doing, but these are people who proclaim to champion the human rights all over the world. So, before you think of putting all your cake in one basket coming to Canada, you need to think twice whether you have something better to do in your country, whether the money you are going to spend will be enough for you to start up something. The policy is crafted and designed to, recycle immigrants. Those politicians in Ottawa can never work on your own interest. The current Minister of Immigration is the worst immigration minister I have seen in Canadian history for more than 15 to 20 years, because he is working on script. What he's saying on internet is not what he's doing. On the other hand, he announcing he need more immigrants. The other side, he reducing the number of applications. So this is crafted life and is not on the interest of the immigrants. I believe very soon he's going to be removed, but he had an opportunity to reform immigration sector, but he chose the other way around. But his legacy will judge him. All what he's doing is to stop the previous policy of former immigration minister and implement his own only by announcement. There are various immigrants under detention. The Minister of Public and Safety, which is under the Canada Border Service Agency, the Minister of Immigration, had an opportunity to come together or work together, collaborate to make Canadian immigration policy very robust and efficient. But they choose to fight each other. Each of them is going on different direction. For them to get things right, they have to listen to all the organization, immigrant advocates, hold a meeting and understand the need through the grassroots, other than being in a comfort zone in Ottawa and deciding how the immigration policy will go. You need to think twice, because so many international students are stranded. So many people that came here, even with your visa, you cannot do nothing with your visa as soon as you arrive. You need to think twice in order to see what suits you based on doing adequate research before migrating to Canada. Everything about the immigration policy, as I said, is crafted and is not designed to be in your favor. The announcement does not work by the minister. I want you, do not believe what I'm telling you, but do your own research so you don't fall a victim of circumstances by the immigration who their policy is based on recycling of immigrants. Think twice before you spend the huge amount of money coming to Canada, believing that you will get everything. A lot of people are underground. A lot of people are stranded. A lot of people does not have a job. Despite the seminar The government is going all over the world canvassing there is a job in Canada, I can migrate to Canada. I have been following up this policy. I believe me, it does not work.